Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. We're reading from chapter 5, the Yoga of Renunciation of Action, and we started reading from verse 3. He should be known as a perpetual sannyasi who neither hates nor desires. For free from the pairs of opposites or mighty armed Arjuna, is easily set free from bondage. And we said, Swami Shivananda makes it very clear for us, you do not become a renunciate, a sannyasi, a swami, just by giving up actions that you don't like to do. You do not become a celibate just because you had some failed relationship and you want to take a break from this. It needs to come from deeper within, based on knowledge. And now, after telling us what renunciation is not, so to remove our confusion, now Swami Shivananda in his commentary explains to us what this verse comes to say that renunciation is. And he's saying, the karma yogi, very, very important, meaning the person who is doing action already, the karma yogi, who neither hates pain and the objects which give him pain, nor desires pleasure and the objects that give him pleasure, who is neither attachment nor aversion to any sense object, and who has risen above the pairs of heat and cold, joy and sorrow, success and failure, victory and defeat, gain and loss, praise and censure, honor and dishonor, should be known as perpetual sannyasi. So, let's take this sentence just for 1 minute. The karma yogi who follows those instructions should be known as a perpetual sannyasi, though he is ever engaged in action, meaning there is no contradiction between karma and sannyasa. You can be doing actions externally, using your body, using your qualities, but how you do them determines what really is your practice. Your practice does not consist of wearing this or that clothes. Yes, the teacher might tell you wear this or that clothes to remind you of some obligations that you took, to remind you of the path that is appropriate for you, to give your mind a little trigger, hey, remember, I'm wearing those clothes, I shouldn't be behaving like this or like that. But the clothes are not the essence of the practice. They can be a reminder, but the practice itself is internal. It is about the state of my mind. And here, through many examples, and intentionally, Swami Shivananda is taking us through many pairs of opposites, so that we will have no doubt. Acting without attachment to the pairs of opposites is renunciation. This is called vairagya, transcending the pairs of opposites, transcending likes and dislikes. The mind is in a state of equanimity, as we already saw in chapter 2. Those are the qualifications of a saint. The mind is in a state of equanimity, and we are not bothered when we meet with the opposites. This is the practice. We will not be the right away. For a very long time we will be disturbed, but the mind will already start inquiring, who is disturbed by those pairs of opposites? Why? Even the little questions. Let's say that somebody insults me, somebody calls me a donkey. Swami Shivananda tells us, does it mean that you are growing ears and tails and your voice sounds as the voice of a donkey? Why are you even offended by that? How does this relate to you, that somebody says you are a donkey? Just apply a little bit of your calm mind and you'll get over it right away. So even those little practices, we call them little, but they're very, very strong, take us closer and closer and closer to equanimity. So as we are doing karma yoga, as we are working selflessly for the benefit of others, working on transcending our ego, on transcending our mind by first reaching the level of equanimity, what we are actually practicing is the yoga of renunciation, no matter what the formalities of our practice are. And just in case we did not fully understand it, Swami Shivananda continues. One need not have taken sannyasa formally, but if he has the above mental attitude, equanimity, he is a perpetual sannyasi. Mere ochre-cloth robe cannot make one a sannyasi. It's not about what it looks like from the outside. What is wanted is a pure heart with true renunciation of egoism and desires. What is wanted is a very, very, very strong inner practice and convictions that bring us to the place where we can practice this yoga of equanimity. Physical renunciation of objects is no renunciation at all. The external appearance of renunciation is not renunciation at all. Of course, when we practice the internal renunciation, it will also have external expressions. But if it's only external, it is not the real thing. It's a show. So, a little bit more about this beautiful description and about how Swami Shivananda practiced it, we will hear in the next teaching. Please join us. Om Shanti.